I'm Roger Magulis here at Strata, New York, 2018, and I'm here with Ziya Ma, who's the Vice President of the Software and Services Group at Intel. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, while this is a data conference, it's also a lot about what's going on with ML and AI, machine learning and artificial intelligence. I should spell it out. What do you see happening in that space?
Data and AI. You know, Roger, I think one most recent trend is the closer and closer integration of AI and data analytics. I know there has been a debate for a long while whether it's more important to improve AI with data or improve AI with better algorithms. Given that you have a reasonably good algorithm, it is usually more important to have more data and high quality data. And we can look at a couple of examples. The first example is ImageNet. You know, in the last couple of years, we saw the great advancement with computer vision and image analysis. That advancement greatly benefited from the appearance of large public data set like ImageNet. So in this case, a big data set like ImageNet really helped with the AI advancement for image analysis. Another example is Google. You know, Google is getting into the medical field, and they are especially interested in doing automatic analysis for pathological, radiological, and microscopical images. Now, Google already have good algorithms. We all know that. So, but what they are missing is really good data. So in the last few years, Google has been talking with the different hospitals and medical centers trying to have access to the good clinical data. So, you know, this also explains why we're seeing closer and closer integration of AI and data analytics together, because by combining the two, we can solve much more complex problems than what we couldn't do before. So I think that's one biggest trend we're seeing.
Great. Now you brought up platform, AI, and Apache Spark is emerging as kind of a leader in this space. Can you tell me more about what Intel's doing to help support that effort?
Oh, definitely. You know, Intel has been one of the biggest enabling effort for Apache Spark. Actually, since the Apache Spark was just an incubator project, over the years we have done a lot of optimization for Spark on Intel platform, from our server technology to our storage technology, and recently we're working also with the Spark community on optimizing Spark for Optane persistent memory. So a lot of work happening over there, but especially in machine learning and data analytics space, you know, we also have done a few open source projects. Last year we open sourced BigDL, and this year we open sourced Analytics Zoo. Now, using BigDL as an example, this is a project that we created organically on Apache Spark. It has implemented more than 200 layers of neural network.
Wow.
I know. Actually, it has feature parity with Caffe, TensorFlow, Torch, and a few other popular deep learning frameworks. The biggest benefit of BigDL is that it works seamlessly with distributed data by driving Hadoop and Spark as the unified analytics and AI platform, giving customer the consistent and integrated pipeline from data ingest to data storage, data management, feature engineering, machine learning, and then deep learning inference, deep learning training, the entire pipeline. And also, you know, for customers, it helps you reduce the total cost of ownership, because previously, you know, customers had to set up a separate infrastructure just to do model training. And after the model is trained, you have to bring the trained model back to your existing data analytics stack and make sure it can integrate with the rest of the stack and to derive business insights from the data. But now all that can be saved. You can do machine learning training, you can do deep learning training, deep learning inference, and deriving insights from the data using the trained model, all from the one data analytics infrastructure. So that's another big benefit with Big DL. And in the last couple of years, we have worked with many customers, including top cloud service providers like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Alibaba, and Baidu, and a few others, to include Big DL on Intel platform into their cloud offering. We have also worked with the top ISVs like Databricks, like Cloudera, and Blue Data to integrate Big DL into their products. And of course, we work with many enterprise customers from different segments, including retail, financial services industry, healthcare, energy, manufacturing, and many more to build Spark and Big DL-based deep learning applications on Intel platform.
So kind of related to that platform, and I'm going to have to read this. At your keynote this morning, you announced a new type of memory innovation called the Intel Optane DC Persistent Memory. How does that work with the whole, the data analytics and AI space?
Yeah, sure. We have been working in the data analytics and AI customers for a long time now. And especially in recent years, many customers, they want to look for options to accelerate the data, the analytics, or to accelerate the AI, for example, deep learning training. And quite often, they need to either cache the data or they need to cache the model parameters into the memory. But a memory constraint has been a constant challenge our customers face. So we worked in the last few years, we worked with the customers and we put a lot of workaround in place just to address the memory constraint. So for example, we may sacrifice compute for memory. We may use a sparse data management to reduce the consumption of memory. But that's all very awkward and limited option that we have. So this is why Intel this year announced Intel Optane Persistent Memory, because that really gives us a good solution for the memory constraint. It's based on the revolutionary 3D crosspoint technology. It combines the speed of traditional memory, like DRAM, and then with persistence and capacity of storage. And so now customers can have unprecedented high capacity, persistence, and affordability. You can extend your system memory by more than 3 TB per CPU socket. That's like significant. And we not only just the hardware itself, like always, we deliver fully optimized software stack on top of it, from optimized operating system to driver software to runtime, and then to virtualization to optimize the data platforms like Hadoop and Spark. And we tested on a few applications with some of our partners. So using Spark SQL as example, Spark SQL using persistent memory can have 8 times performance gain for decision support workloads. And Apache Cassandra, that's a very ad hoc query-intensive application. So Apache Cassandra can have 9 times throughput when using persistent memory over PCIe SSD. Now, SAP HANA, I know recently SAP had a blog published. For SAP HANA with 6 TB data, if you're just using a server with DRAM, it takes you 50 minutes to restart. But if you use persistent memory and DRAM on a server, the restart is only 4 minutes. So that's significant. We're already seeing a lot of passion from our customers and partners for using Optane persistent memory. So and we have started shipping the revenue selected revenue chips for our selected customers, and then we will have the broad availability in 2019.
Great.
So, yeah,
so
I'm very excited.
It sounds like, and those are pretty big increases in performance.
Yeah.
So let's, on a more personal level, you're a leading woman executive, you're a big data technologist, you're a founder of the Women in Big Data Forum. Mm-hmm. What is your assessment of how high-tech industry is doing in terms of diversity and inclusion?
Well, first, I see very encouraging progress in diversity development in the last few years. First, let me put it this way. I think the industry is recognizing it is important to have diverse team. It's not just the right thing to do. It also brings competitive advantage. We work with many customers, and online retailers are just one of them. And many online retailers today, they collect data. They try to especially collect their customers' shopping behavior data. And they use that data to analyze and then to understand what is the customer's preference. And then they make more relevant product recommendations to the customer and maximize the customer's purchase potential. And they found out if they use a diverse team, and diverse team tend to collect more accurate and complete data for the customer shopping behavior. They tend to make more relevant and more personalized product recommendations, and their business outcome is more competitive. So, and with businesses recognizing the benefit of having diverse team, and many companies have started doing something to improve their diverse workforce. And again, using Intel as an example, we put a lot of energy into recruiting and retaining diverse employees. And we also put a lot of effort building an inclusive environment. We want to make sure no matter who you are, when our employees come to work, they really, really enjoy the environment and they bring the true selves to the work environment. And we also have very strong connections with different universities and academia just to build our diverse pipeline. So those are another example is I look at the Strata Data Conference. I was here the previous years, and I'm here this year. And I also noticed more and more women and diverse participants and speakers at this conference. So all that you can see, all the encouraging signs. But on the other hand, we still have a lot of work to do. We like to see more diverse people to move into this field. This is such a fascinating and faster growing field. We want to see more people take advantage of the growth opportunities here. And working together, I'm sure we can make a difference.
Great. Well, thanks for your time. Thanks for the interview.
Well, thank you. Thanks, Roger.